This is a politicized issue because within certain segments of the sort of bedrock conservative vote, there's a reconciliation reaction or a fatigue, or there's some base there that looks towards seeing a premier that is making a stand against Indigenous peoples who yet want another thing. And even if it is a humanitarian thing, is not interested in hearing about more Indigenous issues. And so this has turned into a very strong issue in the election here. And of course, the fact is that we're looking at on the cusp of potentially voting in the First Nations premier. So that's brought in a whole host of other issues, especially considering the Conservatives for years have tagged Wab Kinew in the various different ways that he's had run-ins in the law. Message of that he's a dangerous individual, whether it be the premier or others within the Conservative Party.
Can I ask you about that, about his own history? He faced convictions for impaired driving and assault. He was pardoned for those offenses. He has talked openly about alcoholism in his youth, about confronting his past. How has his own past been used in this campaign, Egon?
It was the only thing that former Premier Brian Pallister ever talked about. The past provincial elections, that's all. The only ads they ever ran were talking about Wab Kinew's past. And in a similar vein, during this election, what they've done is they've taken a Métis woman who's run for the Conservative Party many times, and has sort of put her as the one person pointing out these issues. So Heather Stephenson does it sort of frequently, but certainly a lot more subtly. The fact is that Wab Kinew, in his youth, had issues with the law. He's been very open with this. In fact, he's been making speeches about this. And it is absolutely without any irony at all that for non-Indigenous politicians, Canadian politicians who have run into the law, we forgive them and have absolutely no problem with allowing them to become MPs or senators or so on. But when it's an Indigenous man, we bring it up time and time again, almost like he's unforgivable.
Tom Broadbeck, from your perspective, how has the story of Wab Kinew been used in this campaign?
I don't think it's been very effective because there's nothing new here. I mean, we've known about Wab for years. He entered politics 7 years ago. It was at that point in time where this got a full hearing. We've read his book. We've known that he's changed he's turned his life around. It's been 20 years. All indications are that he has turned his life around, and